A man, a warrior, a creature of legend. Who is Xiangli, the teal dragon of the East, and what is his story? Well, before we get into talking about the general of Jinzhou's Midnight Rangers, let's take a quick peek into the characters and beings he's based on. His character seems to be based on the Chinese Azure Dragon by the same name, Xiangli, who represents the spring season and the 5 highest chthonic deities. Legend has it that the star of the Azure Dragon was reincarnated as General Shan Xiangqing, who was nicknamed the Flying General because of his fighting prowess and use of the spear. He participated in a peasant rebellion and was promoted to general for his bravery. And I believe this is the true inspiration for the character Jiyan. As we continue on, you'll see how familiar all this will sound. Like Shan Xiangqing, Jiyan wasn't always the Qianlong general that everyone looked up to. So, how did he become that? And why is there always sadness in his eye and somberness in its tone? Jiyan's story begins with the smell of medicine, bright lights, the clanking of medical equipment, and the coldness of the operating room. He was born into a medical family and was quite talented in medicine himself. He even became his mother's assistant at the tender age of 10. Despite his talent as a medical practitioner, he couldn't save the life of one important person to him: his friend and mentor, Bei Wang. Bei Wang was a midnight rider, and he admired Jiyan's intellect and intuition. He would share the details of his life as a ranger, and Jiyan would contribute his analytical skills and strategy to their discussions, even though Jiyan had yet to experience the heat of battle firsthand. Which, to me, conjures up a hilarious image in my head of a young Jiyan just sitting there eating snacks, giving his input like,
Yeah, couldn't be me. I wouldn't let him done me like that. I would have flanked him from the left, and it would have been all over after that. So all you gotta do is, do like I'm saying, and none of that ever happened.
Anyway, this experience breaking down military conundrums would prove to be valuable in the future. We all know that Jiyan would eventually join the ranks of the Midnight Rangers, but the death of Bei Wang is why. His passing filled Jiyan with regret and sadness, and this is what drove him to join the Midnight Rangers. He felt he needed to cure the world in a new way by taking on the lament head on. When Jiyan made his enlistment, his mother gave him this gift. It's a medicine box shaped like a Pangu terminal. She wanted to remind him of his roots as a healer, to maintain some innocence for her son, fearing he would become a killer in the battlefield. And this gift is quite foreshadowing, because at this point, Jiyan is not yet a resonator. He just wants to join the good fight and to help however he can. By the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps the channel, and it enables me to continue bringing you videos just like this one. Jiyan would finally achieve his forte awakening, making him a resonator at Yuan Wang Camp in Desarak Highlands. It was there that air currents engulfed his body and coalesced into his distinctive lance. He grew scale-like formations around his face and neck, and then he found himself able to manipulate wind in such a way that he could channel it into the Qianlong dragon he would later become recognized by. These weren't the only changes though. Apparently, his manipulation of the wind, combined with his practice of evaluating combat situations with Bei Wang, granted him the ability to use the wind together and analyze battlefield information with insane accuracy. I'm talking about ridiculous. Reportedly, he has a rate of 99.12% in evaluating dynamic combat situations. Anyway, the occurrence of his awakening is important because it happened at the Battle Beneath the Crescent. And for those of you who don't know, the Battle Beneath the Crescent is what happened 3 years ago, back when General Geshu Lin led the Midnight Rangers against the Overthrax in Northfall Barrens. And if you don't know what the Overthrax is, it's basically that giant purple eye-looking thing that Dreamless descends from. The battle claimed tons of casualties for the Midnight Rangers, and in a desperate attempt to achieve victory at all costs, Geshu Lin harnessed the power of the Black Flames, and he was never seen or heard from again. From there, Jiyan took on the reins and commanded the Rangers. Through his leadership, they were able to gravely injure the Thernoidian, sinking it into the water. After this, Jiyan was personally appointed general of the Midnight Rangers by Sentinel Jue, making him the youngest general in history of the Midnight Rangers. Jiyan's time looking after patients and his troops made him astutely observant to the condition of those around him. Soldiers suffering from pain that they hadn't told anyone about found themselves receiving specialized medicine from the medics. A soldier who couldn't focus on training mysteriously found that his mother's surgery was paid for by the Rangers' General Affairs Department. Jiyan's ruthlessness is reserved for his enemies on the battlefield, and his kindness for anyone in need. However, this attention to detail concerning the condition and sentiments of those around him is a double-edged sword. The sadness he carries with him is because the memory of those he lost in battle or on the operating table, and these memories never seem to leave him. The things he's seen would be heavy for anyone, but especially for someone so attuned to the suffering of others. Seeing tacit discords take on the forms of those who's already passed away, or hallucinations from retroact rain reanimate images of the countless soldiers he's commanded or fought alongside. This haunts him and burdens him with an enormous weight. This flower, Immortia, meaning both departure and return. At the end of the day, he plants a flower for every life claimed. And that's the basic story of Jiyan, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I was able to give you some insight into the character and his inner workings. Also, if you haven't already liked this video, be sure to do so. And yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. That is all I have for you today, and until next time, I'll catch you in the waves. Peace.